I've been told that you can see and hear me. If that's true, say something in the chat. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Side Dish. It is me, the confused as always, Doug. And we are making the three of us believe we've already made. But Ping, myself, and other people I've asked say we haven't. But I'm almost certain we have. And it's Cowboy Caviar. But who cares? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make it, but we're going to take it a little bit further and use it in a good application. So what I'm going to do is I've got some ground beef thawing. I bought some scoops because they're going to be the perfect little vessel. And we've got some Colby Jack cheese, and we're going to build little taco bites. And this is going to go on top of it. Now, last night, I did make this high ping. And it was good. So what I have made is I have something that I made up, and it's called Cowboy fries. And Cowboy fries are like fried nachos in a way. They're layered fries, meat, cheese, Cowboy caviar, a little barbecue sauce, sour cream, and then you layer that into what I call a volcano. And that volcano is delicious. It's an eruption of flavor in your mouth. If I had visual effects people, a little ting off like a shine off my teeth would happen. It was hot today. And we had a garage sale. Everything was $1. People got some hella deals today.
Yes, they did.
We made people's days. I don't know. I wasn't really involved. I stayed inside most of the time. But that's fine. I got donuts. That was my contribution.
You carried the heavy stuff.
That's true. And then we're going to make this cocktail called the Whiskey Daisy, which is rye. I'm using rye whiskey, lemon juice. Can you get the triple sec? The homemade triple sec? And simple syrup. And then we're going to use a little Topo Chico for it's just sparkling water. So you can use whatever. It's citrus forward. It's supposed to be pretty decent. I've never heard of it, but it's like an American classic.
Whiskey Daisy.
Whiskey Daisy.
Right.
So,
Let's do it.
There's a lot of chopping. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna make this sauce because it needs to cool before we mix it in. So we've got rice wine vinegar. Again, I'm just having major deja vu. Yeah. I literally was trying to find it today. I searched and searched and searched. Outside of going through 232 episodes to see if one by one in the description, I couldn't do it. So it's fine. We did it. I've got a little quarter cup. You don't need a lot of this. This is a tomato-less sort of bean-based. Oh, yeah.
Check you out.
Look at the big brain on Doug.
I don't know if that's big brain. You're just lucky.
I have good spatial awareness.
Really? Because you got out the second one?
You never know. If it went sideways, you want to be prepared, like a Boy Scout, okay? And then take olive oil, mix it in here. Again, all of this goes in together.
Same amount?
Yep, quarter cup. This is going to allow things to come together real nicely. And this is a little pivot. I'm going to add like a clove, we'll see, like the minced up garlic. I don't know. Today was a weird day. We were up sort of early. And then
I was up at 5:30.
Oh, I know, because your crazy friend Andrea was coming over at 6:30. So, anyways. And then there was some good naps taken this afternoon.
Yes.
Which is good. And that's pretty much everything that's happened today.
Yeah. The Mets are doing so well. Ping thinks this might be the year they win it all.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. There's a lot of baseball left till October. I believe. I don't watch any baseball.
Haven't we been to a Mets game?
We have. We went to a Mets game with the Mirrors,
That's right.
and we enjoyed the food.
That's true.
Not that, I mean, baseball's fun. Oh man. And then I'm doing 2 tablespoons of honey. Nope, that's not right. Sorry. No, that is right. Sorry. Hopefully. If you got, I'm just doing agave because that's what's available. It just gives it will take a little bit off of the vinegar, just a teeny bit. So, you do one of these. If you want more, add more. I don't think you need it. I like a little tangy.
Didn't it say 2 tablespoons?
It does, but this is also something I made up yesterday, and I did this yesterday. It basically is based off the original recipe, but I changed it a teeny bit. I'm going to leave this out here because we'll taste it after it comes together. And then that's it. Except for our friend, yours and mine, living in the drawer with his brothers, Ted Wiz. Hi, everybody. Sure is a joy to be out here and whisking this up. This is good because you want to, this will spread the minced garlic up real well. It's been real hot here, like stupid hot. Don't you think?
Yes.
But we did get a nice afternoon thunderstorm and some rain a couple of days ago. That's good.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is doing its thing. This is a nice little, it's a simple dressing. You could probably just use this as another, if you wanted like this, you could add a little Dijon mustard in here without heating it up, mix it up, and you've got a nice emulsified dressing to go on something else.
Yeah.
For a cold salad. I do like this recipe because it's the original recipe. I've cut this in half, by the way, because it calls for it would make so much that you would have to have an army of a party to eat it all. So, see, that rain was pretty hard for what?
Thursday night?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
There were, on the Reno subreddit, there were some really cool pictures that people took of, lightning and coming through, So this is half a red bell pepper, half a green, or, a small-ish green pepper. So.
Over there.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
And this is half of a jalapeno. I've already ribbed it and took everything out of it. That didn't sound good.
De-ribbed it?
Yeah, but I don't even think that sounds good. But no matter what. So the other thing I did yesterday is so we didn't have to wait for it to cool, is I took basically corn on the cob and I put olive oil, salt, and pepper on it. And then I grilled it. And then I let it cool. And then we have 15 ounces of pinto beans. And you're like, what's in here, Doug? And I was like, well, these are black beans, but the store only had 30-ounce cans instead of 2 15-ounce cans. And, well, here we go. So that's half of 30-ounce cans, roughly. So realistically, at this point, we're just... we're taking stuff off of here. Keep an eye on this. Ooh, it smells good already with a little bit of the garlic, but you don't want this to boil. Just get it hot enough and then we'll throw it in the water here to help cool down.
Where's your big bowl for all this stuff? Ah.
It's down here. What was I saying? I don't know. Anyways, I'm again there. I feel like maybe there's a lost episode that we all collectively imagined happened, and that like
Well, you've made corn dip. I wonder if that's why.
it could be, but like I feel like I have made this dressing, and we talked about. I don't know.
Well, you made it last night. I wonder if that's why.
No, because Denise and I were talking as I was making it last night.
I don't know. Then.
But whatever, you know. You know the Mandela effect. Everybody know what that is? It's when people like the origination of it is that people, it's about Nelson Mandela basically. That some people, it's like, oh, the timeline changed because somebody did something, and people remember Mandela dying in prison, and then or some people remember. I'm like, that didn't happen. You're collectively psychosis. It's like a major one is like, does the Fruit of the Loom logo have a cap? What is it? Not a cap. Horn of plenty attached to it. Did it ever? Does it now?
Did it ever? I seem to
I
remember.
feel like
yes.
yes, it did. Well,
Yeah.
at least did.
Well, according to their website and deep digging, no,
Never.
never. So, again,
But that's a good example.
so you can look them up. There's a whole bunch of
Totally
them.
had a cornucopia. Ping thinks so too.
Listen, I don't disagree, but I'm telling you what the company and what like online and all this, like looking it up. The other one,
See it in my head.
sure, me too. And I honestly believe that there probably was one, but that's the whole point. It's like there's a collective consciousness of cultural remembrance of this thing. Another one is in the 90s that there was a genie movie that starred Shaquille O'Neal as Shazam. No, Sinbad. Sorry. Because there was a Shaquille O'Neal version called Kazam, and they came out roughly around the same time. But, like, people have even found, like, a trailer for it. But Sinbad himself says, no, that movie never got made. But I remember it really, really vividly that there is a movie called Shazam that Sinbad made. Okay? So, listen.
But you looked it up and there is not?
I didn't because I didn't care that much. I mean, but they also, these people make the dumbest things about, like, they just misremember something really simple or whatever, and they're like, the newest Mandela effect. And I'm like, it's just, we're misremembering or, something or whatever. I don't know. So do you know, does anybody else know of these Mandela effects that like, thank you, cornucopia, that's what I was trying to figure out, pig.
What did you call it?
Horn of plenty.
Well, that is what it's called.
Same, yes. So, yeah, anyways, you can, I'm sure that there's a whole list somewhere of all of the Mandela effects out
It's
there.
like that movie where the guy wakes up and there's no Beatles. And
Yeah, something like that.
only a few people remember them.
I think if I have anything like
It's especially on social media, it's like, a lot of the people who talk about it are like Gen Xers or elder millennials, right? Who are like, oh yeah, I remember this or that, and they're like, no, that never happened. Or that happened this way. And you're like, no, I remember it. Like with my own eyeballs and my ears. I can see it. Like again, I'm almost positive that there was a movie called Shazam with Sinbad, right? I'm almost positive of it. But when Sinbad, the person who
Himself
is
says
saying
no.
that movie never existed, you got to think to yourself, maybe, just maybe,
Shazam, Sinbad.
or
It's called Shazam, Shazam.
yes.
Yes. Sinbad admitted to starring in a movie called Shazam.
Yeah. Eventually, but literally for the first part of it, he.
This never existed.
Yeah, that's what that like. So I mean, listen. If you get for anything that you can say, you gotta love Sinbad because he trolled an entire generation of human beings into thinking that that movie never existed. Even when the person who like posted, like, I don't know, he was interviewed for something, and they were like, but the person posted like the trailer for it, and he goes, I don't know what to tell you. I never started a movie called Shazam. I would remember that check, and or whatever. But this brings up a weird thing, okay? So, like, Sinbad, I mean, listen, he was very colorful, very good comedian. But there was a time in which Sinbad was like, he was like, what, president's kid or something like that. There was a lot of movies with kid president. I don't know. Anyways, he played Secret Service. They were geared towards kids. How did the actor Sinbad get put into, like, family-friendly movies that were, like, geared towards kids? I mean, it's comedy was clean, pretty much, but it just seems like a weird move career-wise. So,
These kids like giants.
I guess so. But, yeah. That was my Sinbad rant. I don't know.
Well, I don't know anything about this effect, but I do know that today at the yard sale, a gal walked up and she was wearing a strawberry shortcake shirt.
Could you smell it?
I could.
Yep.
I think everyone, when they see her, can just smell it.
Yes.
Her hair.
Yes.
Yep. It is a thing. Again, sense memory is one of those things. That's why, like, when you listen to music and like, or smell a smell, right? And you're like rose water, right? Rose water perfume reminds me of my dad's mother. Like, instantly, I'm fucking 8 years old in her house, getting her Sex on the Beach in the can from the refrigerator because it was the 80s and things were weird. So, and opening her cigarettes and packing them down
Yeah.
and opening them and then being able to flick one out like I was a 1920s gangster. I don't even know.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness, right? So you can go back and you're like, good Lord, smells like childhood. When she walked up, you were like, what is that? That artificial strawberry smell.
Yes.
It's not really even strawberry smelling. It's just
like sweet plastic.
yeah. It's all it really. Yeah, it's all it is. You're like, this is not a strawberry I've ever smelt in the wild. You can variation on any of these ingredients pretty much, but you don't add tomato. That's the one thing that I've noticed in a lot of these recipes. There is no tomatoes. This is not. You start to get into
Make it gushy.
well, and you start to get into salsa,
Yeah.
and that's not what we're doing here. Yeah. So, anyways, you got the Mandela effect, but what I was trying to go with that is that, like, people. There's some people like. There's a whole misremembrance of things sometimes because, you were a child and you have an amalgamation of like the memories of this thing. And then they're like, this is the Mandela effect. And you're like,
No, but like sometimes you quote unquote remember things only because you've been told the story so many times.
Right, no.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Well, there was the whole thing about, I was just watching something about like your brain. If you are told something over and over and over again, or you believe something if you believe something enough, like your brain begins to not understand the difference between a real experience and that thing that you are trying to manifest or whatever. You're basically told over and over and over again that this is a thing and blah, 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 blah. And so reality becomes... This fantasy becomes reality because of, you're being programmed.
Isn't that essentially like what gaslighting is? You just tell
Yep.
them, if you just tell somebody enough times that, we're running out of canned corn.
Yeah.
Even if they go to the store and see, no, canned corn is in plenty of supply, they will still believe.
Well, it's the whole thing with eggs.
Yeah.
Like, that's another thing. It's like to believe that. But you're right. I mean, gaslighting is a good example of this. But people gaslight themselves.
Yeah.
That's the crazy
Yes.
part about all of this is people will gaslight themselves because they're like, "Yep, it sounds true, so it's got to be true." And you're like, "That's not how this works. You can see it." Nope, I don't trust my own eyes. I gotta trust what I'm being told because obviously. You're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, that was fun. Mandel, Sinbad.
That's gonna write Sinbad a letter now.
I
You
should.
messed me up, dude.
It's not even that.
Mess me up.
Man, could you imagine? I think I'm going to start, like, I am going to start writing minor or celebrities who are out of their heyday being like, listen, we can have a fun time. You can sleep in my guest room. You're not going to get any money because this is not monetized, but you have a platform. We can do whatever we want. And we can see what happens. Let's brainstorm in the comments about who we would like to have on this show. What about Emilio Estevez? I was gonna say. Yeah. Nothing. We've decided we have nothing to do tomorrow, which is great. And both Amy and I were like, "Don't talk to each other. Just do your thing. Don't talk to me." So.
You got a pepper hanging onto your knife.
I see you, little son of a bitch.
Wow. Celebrity guest star.
Now they have to be past their prime, but they used to be really popular and be fun. I know I'm changing the rule set, but
Yeah, you are.
Holly Shore.
oh yeah, that's a good one.
That would be a good one.
We could design a whole episode.
Well, let's see what stars are doing
We can call
game shows now.
yeah.
There's a whole slew of
We could
them.
call the episode "Wheezing the Juice." It's just all about making juices. I like it. What else is going on? Oh, so the
Mary
episode.
Lou Retton got a DUI.
It's true. Oh, do we ever tell you about this?
But she doesn't live here anymore.
I know, but I think we may have told you this, but I can't remember. A gal who used to do our hair, Nicole, her brother was dating, or maybe still is dating, Mary Lou Retton, okay? America's Sweetheart from 1984. Take it on the communists. But she was talking about how she met Mary Lou and did this and it's Thanksgiving, and Amy was like, "You call her Mary Lou Retton. That's her
that
name."
woman's name is Mary Lou Retton.
Yeah, it's not,
You may not call her Mary Lou.
Lou. What are we talking about here? But anyways, it was a weird thing. Where she's like, Mary Lou came over for Thanksgiving or whatever, and I was like, she was like the most famous person in the world for like 4 years, right? And she's just eating turkey legs. Once again, see? Oh. Really, I think that Matt did too much to my brain today. It's not really.
You are kind of random right now.
It's okay. Random is what we do on this show mostly. It's not exciting to watch Doug chop vegetables.
I'm watching The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Oh, let's talk about that. We are watching. Amy started this trend, but we are watching a movie for every letter of the alphabet and then a number. So I watched 16 Blocks to start because Amy didn't watch that, so she's going to watch the number movie at the end. But they don't. I'm trying to not watch what she watched because she's ahead of me. But yeah, so it's a fun little, like, you get to pick your favorite movie and whatever, or a random movie.
We need some movies that start with Q.
Yes.
Quantum Leap.
Oh.
I like that.
That was a TV show.
Yes. I love roasted corn like this Yesterday, the fire was super hot. I was in here getting ready, and outside I could just hear pop, 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 pop.
You making popcorn?
Yeah, so much so that the dog was freaking out in here because it was so loud. So, cilantro. Pretty much all of that, actually.
Oh, quiz show.
Yeah, quiz show is one that we don't have, but I think didn't I mention quiz show?
No.
No. Quiz
Quick and the Dead.
That's on there, or it used to be.
Is it?
It used to be. Well, if it's not, I'm gonna.
No, there was only two. There was Quantum of Solace and A Quiet Place, and I was like,
Okay.
I don't like Bond movies, and I can't watch A Quiet Place. So it'll scare me.
So okay, I'll get the Quick and the Dead and I'll look for some others. But the Quick and the Dead is a great.
The Queen. I would like to watch that too, because it's Helen Mirren.
Jeez. Okay. Well. So it's a fun little thing. So you guys should you should take part in that. It'll be fun. It's a little side dish movie challenge. Anybody reading any fun books right now? Somebody suggested I read The Idiot by Dostoevsky.
Dostoevsky?
That's what I said.
The Idiot?
Yeah. But it seems like a slog.
No, the last book I read was that book by the gal who did the talk on the cruise ship. And then I tried to read Beartown again, and I just cannot get into it. I don't know why.
Well, you don't have to, you don't have to love everything.
I know. I guess I'm gonna give up. I've tried 3 times.
A man called Uwe is on one of the summer reading lists at the library. I saw.
Such a good book. The best.
If you're looking to cry, it's a good one.
Make you cry.
And Britt Marie.
Yes, Britt Marie was here. That's another great one.
Frederick Bachman. Very good.
I don't think I ever watched Quantum Leap. It's a sci-fi thing, right? I would like that.
Well, it is. There's some controversy about how it ended, but
Oh, why?
How it ended.
so Dr. Sam Beckett, played by
Bakula?
Scott Bakula, he plays Dr. Sam Beckett. Dr. Sam Beckett steps into a nuclear fission reactor thing, and is flung back in time. He inhabits the body, but his mind inhabits the body, but he of the person. So men, women, whatever. But he leaps from body to body, and it's random. And he fixes things, and then when he's done, he leaps to the next thing. Anyways, he fixes. He's got a companion. His name is Al. Al has.
He fixes the timeline, or was he fixed?
There's something that needs to be. Yeah.
Mystery has to solve for each of these individuals.
Or something happened, or whatever, and that
But they're not themselves while he's in there?
No, they're gone. So he wakes up, looks in the mirror, and then that's the shtick. He leaps in at the end of the episode. You see him. He looks in the mirror and he goes, "Oh boy," and then that's it. And then you start the episode.
Okay.
There's a few that probably don't play as well now, but anyways. It's a good show. I watched it, but the end basically, the whole thing is it tells you what the premise of the show is, and that Dr. Beckett hopes that the next leap is the leap home, and he fixes a thing for Al, and then it says, at the end it says Dr. Sam Beckett never returned home.
Oh.
So it was like a sacrifice thing, blah 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 blah. But people were like, "What?" So
He did all that and he never got home?
yeah, 7 seasons or something
Yeah, I
like that.
remember
Wow.
watching that show in my younger years.
Yeah. This little sci-fi nerd kid used to watch it every week because Of course I did.
I watched that? That doesn't sound familiar, but then again, it's not the kind of thing I would keep in my brain.
See, that is the type of thing I keep in my brain. Besides, math skills. Anything else that might be useful to me in a day and age, but. What was it you asked me the other night for your crossword puzzle book? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, that was due to the abrupt cancellation of the series.
Yep. It seemed like they were headed somewhere, and then they were like, "Yep, we're out." Oh, it's burning! Oh, it's burning so bad. Okay, where's my camera?
I was confused for a second. Okay.
What?
The first one is called Quantum Leap Genesis Part 1, September 13th, 1956. But it was actually in 1989. I mean, it was filmed in 1989. I was like, Scott Bakula was in something in 1956.
He looks amazing!
Right? No, okay. It was in the late 80s, early 90s.
Right.
Interesting.
You gotta get the stuff off of your...
The goo, the bean juice.
I don't know if I want you to call it bean juice ever again.
Bean juice, bean juice.
So we have in our backyard, we have toads and we have frogs and we have other things, and mice and rabbits and blah, blah, blah. And last night I was out there checking the plants, and I call the toads grandmother toad because then there's a movie with Heath Ledger and Matt Damon.
It's the Brothers Grimm.
Yeah, the Brothers Grimm. And Lena Headey plays this like tracker, and she licks a toad and calls her grandmother toad and says, "Which way should we go, grandmother toad?" And so I call her grandmother toad for that. I don't know if they're women or men or whatever, it doesn't matter. And as I was looking at where the thyme is planted, one of the grandmother toads was in one of the pots, and I startled it, and then it startled me, but it like jumped, I swear, like 5 feet away from me, and then hauled ass. If you've never seen a toad move, they can move. It's crazy. All right, let's see if I have everything here. The
other day you picked one up and it vomited on you.
Yep, evacuated all over me. I was like, I'm out. See you later, butthole. Then I needed it to move because I was in the middle of doing something, and it did not.
You didn't want to step on it.
Yeah, it was up against, so that underneath there's a lip like this big underneath where the wall comes down, and then
Under the stucco.
Under the stucco. That is the animal superhighway. So I just cleaned last weekend. I power washed and cleaned the whole back patio so that we can, be outside more and have. I even had dinner outside one night.
Yeah, Doug ate outside.
And I hate that. I wouldn't say I hate it. It's not my preferred method because bugs.
But there were no bugs.
They're selling those fly fans at Costco right now.
Oh yeah, I should get one.
What the hell's a fly fan?
It just keeps the air moving at your table enough to deter the flies.
Okay.
It's like a 3-pack or something.
Ooh, that's good. Oh, yeah. Now you could add, I think you could add a little bit more of the agave or honey or whatever. Spicy on the onion. But you don't need to. Now, yesterday when I made this, I wanted to test, I put a little red wine vinegar in with the rice wine. Because another recipe, I was like, had it, and I was like, well, I wonder what that tastes like. It was good, but not like as good as it just
You don't really
sounds.
think it added anything?
I don't.
Mom adds ranch dressing powder to hers.
Yeah, pain. I'm actually.
Salivating?
The nice part about this is it's fresh without being really complicated. You could throw, another thing that people throw in here is they take avocado and
Yeah.
dice it up, and that's another way to do it. We have a tenuous relationship with the avocado in this house because sometimes they make Amy's mouth itch and sometimes they don't.
Yeah. Depends on the ripeness.
So, has that just been hanging out in there? That's not great.
Is that your rubber band?
Cool. Cool. Let's have a taste. And then we're going to move on. We'll make a cocktail. And then we're going to do the rest.
Get a chip. Taste a whiff of chip.
Oh, yeah. See, scoops are better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's freaking great. Goddamn Gap.
Is it the Cumberland Gap?
No. But I mean, certainly feels like people are crossing it when shit gets caught in there, so. Now again, this is going to improve with time. Right? Everything's going to meld together. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to pull the other one out.
The other one.
You know, the one I made yesterday. I got a big ass brisket thawing on the counter right now. I'm going to compare the difference. What do you think?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Delicious.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's the beans or what, but the dressing gets nice and absorbed here. What is that? Sweetness of the corn comes from pretty good.
You want some?
Sorry, Denise.
Oh, you're okay.
Good.
Again, have you like other ingredients? You want to put like more jalapeno, if you want to put more peppers or salt. Like I don't really add. I could add some salt and pepper. I think that might. Or pepper.
I don't think it needs it.
Salt at least, but I don't think it needs it either. So we're just gonna start that browning. Why? Are you gonna want one of these whiskey cocktails?
I'm going to want to taste yours.
Well, I'll make one. If you don't like it, then I'll drink it.
Then it can be done.
Can be done. All right. This is sort of a play on a whiskey sour a little bit, but it's lighter and fizzier.
Lighter and fizzier.
Hold on. Let me wash this hand of meat.
And of meat.
I mean, technically, it's a hand of meat always. But if Fifi were here, she'd be yelling at me, wash my hands, so. Here I am. Now, I learned something that said you should put the booze in and then add the ice.
Why?
Because then you don't end up putting too much ice in. You just get it to the level of ice that you need where it's like halfway up. I don't know. 2 ounces of this.
What happened to DP? Why isn't she here?
I don't know. Then I got 1 ounce of fresh lemon juice. Food pushers, push that food. And now I have 1/2 ounce of this, which
Triple
is
sec?
it's a triple sec, but
Did you shake it?
no. But the recipe I did pull from, it said if you have Cointreau, use Cointreau.
Cointreau?
I don't know.
Cointreau?
Yeah.
Cointreau?
Cointreau. I mean, that's what it's spelled like.
Coin?
Yeah. Oh, that would be weird if I just did that. That's too much. Yep, that went as good as I thought it would. And then just like half
Half
ounce ish. Now you just take a rocks glass, fill it with ice. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Shake it all over the place.
Yeah, I was thinking he could have just drank that 1/2 ounce as well.
The time on business, everybody. I don't know anything.
We can't see it because of the...
And then you just top it with some fizz.
Fizzy!
You want to make sure this is cold, everyone. I'm excited. I don't know why. You can put a maraschino cherry in here. You could put an orange slice. Depending on how I like it. Maybe I'll do both. It's cloudy. I'm not sure if that's a quality you want in a cocktail. It's weird. It's not bad.
It's weird.
It was not what I was expecting on, like, was not what I was expecting.
You have to have 3 drinks.
I know. That's why I left it with you. Let's have 3 drinks and then I'll finish mine.
Not my favorite.
I don't know what it is. I mean, it's not bad.
It's not good either.
I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know, maybe the triple sec is not the right
Do
move?
we not have Cointreau?
I don't think so. Um, Not sure. We'll have my third sip and then, well. I mean, it feels flat. Like, there's no, I don't know. I can't describe it, I guess. It does not feel like I'm like drinking something complex or like even that has, you would think with the lime, like the lemon juice doesn't really come through with flavor. Even a little bit. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think it tastes a little bit citrusy.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think it's weird.
Well, maybe you should just have a sip of that bourbon by itself because we've never had that bourbon before.
Oh, you think I wouldn't like, it's the bourbon I won't like?
Well, I don't know, but it's possible. Not great.
Maybe there's a reason why we've never tried it before. Because it's not a popular cocktail and people are like, don't do that.
I think you should try the bourbon by itself. Whoops.
Well, okay, I will. After I beat this to death. I'm gonna turn almost. Now, again, that's gonna sit, and you're gonna have that kind of hang out, get cold, nice and cold. Give it at least 30 minutes. I'd give it more like a few hours, and then you got some things you can do with it. Oh, they had a hard day worrying about everything.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Staring at the garage door for.
Well, at least they weren't barking.
No, I know. It was kind of crazy. I thought. If you don't have one of these, of some variety, you should get one. I think we got one of these for your mom.
I always thought it was a silly thing, but it really works. We did get one for Mom. Especially if you buy, like, you know, really low fat ground beef because it doesn't break up.
Which this is 97.3. I'm gonna let the carryover heat finish this up because it's pretty much. All right. It smells pretty good.
We have frowny face.
Thank you. No, I don't think it's that.
Okay.
That's pretty good actually.
Okay.
You know, it's whiskey.
Made on a farm.
Here in Fallon.
Yeah.
Alone.
My brother's cows are currently on their pasture.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It is a combination of the triple stuff in it.
Well, see, that's what I
That's
think.
what we're
I
wondering,
think
yeah.
so. Maybe it's I just like want a whiskey sour, which is lemonade, or not lemonade, but
If it
lemon.
doesn't say lemon, then whiskey should be fine.
You all right, John?
See,
Cool.
you changed it.
You totally did.
Okay, so we're gonna do some quick assembly here. I don't know. I added.
Is
more.
it better with the lemon?
No. See if it's sweeter. I'm just at this point we're just thinking whatever.
Yep.
I mean, that helps.
Some sweetness.
Yeah. It does help. Actually, I think it helps pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah. So maybe 1.5 ounces of lemon juice and an ounce of simple syrup.
No.
I don't know. I think you could leave it in there. I think with the you have to sweeten it up. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know if it's a homemade or what. But so again, here's what we're gonna do.
You gotta shred some cheese.
Yeah. Try some cheese.
Before you get too much for Jack, stay out of the kitchen.
Now you can add whatever accoutrement you want to this, because we're making it up as we go along. So, like I said, last night the cowboy fries, which I made before, but I used instead of using the smoked pork shoulder that I used, I made it with like rib meat, like when I smoked ribs, and that I liked last night's, but I liked it with the rib meat, I think, better. I don't know why. So Colby Jack is a good, you know.
The cheese got the attention of the dog.
No glue. Get out of the kitchen.
I'll take pain with sending it out psychically.
Serious. Because it's funny, the minute he texts that,
Yeah,
Jack got up.
yeah.
And then I was like, uh-oh.
All right, we don't need too much here, because. So what I'm gonna do, we're just build them. You get a little cheese. You do a little meat here. Oh yeah, see. Now this is gonna be tricky because you have a very small palette to work with.
Yeah.
So I have been using like little spoons to, like I'm a fancy chef, to really make things work. Oh yeah, oh, that's a good one. It's gonna be too much, but we can figure it out.
I think you have too much meat on there.
Okay. Never too much meat, but whatever. It's a difference of opinion.
I can sample after show.
What are you talking about?
You know what? I'm trying to balance this to you.
Now, Denise made a good point last night when she went to the store and got this. It's really good for presentation size. Oops, that's not it.
If you get it on whatever you're putting it on.
No, this is a fucking disaster now. Oh, hold on. Okay.
You know how you'd make these in mass? You would put down a layer of refried beans and stick all the chips on there, just like they do for taco salads
You
at
know what's funny?
restaurants.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, if I had like a little sticky refried beans down,
Yeah.
like on the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just put them on like the platter or whatever and stick them all down.
Now you could take like a little whatever your favorite hot sauce is, or salt, like salsa, and drip it on as well. But I don't think you need to.
No, because then you're going to lose the yumminess of the Cowboy Caviar, I think.
It's a little flavor bomb bite.
That's good.
Frito scoops.
That's a good. That'd be for a little more corny.
You're corny.
So I think for dinner it'll be nacho surprise with Cowboy Caviar.
Yeah.
Or I can just make a bowl of this, and then you can just dip it out with the. Oh, I mean,
Yours, Dave.
There you go.
Now this is for you, Denise.
Lovely.
Oh, you got corn on your butt. Not Denise, Jack.
Nicely done.
Yeah, that doesn't suck.
The nice part about this is, again, I don't think this would be something you would want to bring somewhere. If you're hosting, you could do it. But, like, it's a good little, like, here you go. So,
But nacho surprise is you put,
yeah.
you get a bowl, you put chips down, you put meat down, you put Cowboy Caviar on there, cheese and some sour cream, and you just eat it out of the bowl with a fork.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna eat for dinner.
So, the surprise is it's nachos.
Surprise! We're having nachos.
Yeah. And it's pretty great. I love it. I think it's like a really good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Again, you could have this in a bowl. You don't. It doesn't necessarily need it, but for some variation, you could have it. Give it to people to put on there. Like the time it makes to the time it takes to make the Cowboy Caviar is really not that much. What you have is an active time of letting things melt together. Hey, look, everybody.
But even
What's
when,
that?
even the fresh, like right after you
It's-
made it,
is
it
real-
was really good.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's a thing, again, it benefits from time, but you don't necessarily need it. But I would say give it at least an hour so it gets cold. Like the coolness of it.
Cilantro on your teeth, of course you do.
All right, well, so next week, who knows? But you have to join us on Saturday the 21st. Why? Because we get to celebrate somebody because the Sunday is her birthday.
Yay!
So it'll be a show all about Amy.
Ooh, really?
It will be.
Nice.
A retrospective of things that she loves.
Love it.
In side dish appetizer form. I'm thinking a fettuccine Alfredo bite. Or like kind of like how you can get mac and cheese bites. But do that with a fettuccine Alfredo so it's like this big and you're like, it's like, maybe some other things. But it'll be all about Amy. So her birthday is on the 22nd and we will take care of it from there. But next week, I don't know what it's going to be.
Quit eating all that ground beef out of there.
Listen, I made it. I can eat whatever I want.
Heard that Bookie was eating beef like popcorn.
Right? Seriously.
I bet you wonder how I got here. So, this cocktail,
Yeah.
it's fine. If you like one note, I think that's what I would say it is.
Yeah.
But I'm going to look up different recipes and see if they have more sugar.
He laughing at the cilantro.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of it.
Oh my God.
I'm not getting rid of it.
Yes, you are. Let me see. You got it. Okay.
Getting a little punchy around here in the kitchen.
Yes.
All right. First of all, go like this video. That really helps us. If you're not subscribed, like we don't make money from this, but like more subscriptions are helpful because people get to see us. And if you want to like us, we'll continue to get people to see us. It's summer. We love you. We'll see you next week. And remember to be kind, to be low, give grace where you can. Do something nice for somebody next week. People need it. I love you very much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.